All right, welcome back. And now we're moving on to our next note. I'm switching recorders, by the way. No particular reason. Just felt like being different. We're moving on to our next note, but first we're going to review over the things that we already know. We've already went through the notes for B, which is your thumb and your first finger. Thumb and first finger. We've already went through A, which is your thumb and your first two fingers. First finger, second finger. We've went through G, which is your thumb, first finger, second finger, and third finger. 1, 2, 3. Please remember, while you're holding your recorder, to hold it with both hands, not just one, not lazy. It's not a cigar, it's not a blunt, it's not a Black & Miles. Please hold your recorder correctly. Both hands on it at all times. Because eventually you're going to get used to playing using some of these down here for some of the lower notes like F, E, D, and C, and C sharp, D, D sharp, then E, F sharp, G, and so on and so forth. So you will need to make sure that you are having your thumb down here to get ready to play some of these lower notes. Anyway, the notes that we've learned so far, we've learned B, we've learned A, and we've learned G. B, A, and G. And the illustrations are right there. Oh, there we go. Are right there. There's B with the thumb and the first finger filled in. There's A with the thumb and the first two fingers filled in. And finally, there we go. There's G with the thumb, the first, second, and third fingers all filled in. Our next note that we're learning here is C. C. C is on this fourth line right here, as you can see. Third space, as you can see. Now, the illustration, I know you can make it out from here. It's your thumb and your middle finger. Thumb and your middle finger. Thumb and your middle finger. And now you absolutely positively need your thumb on your right hand back here. You need your thumb to balance it out, because thumb and middle finger, as you can see from this side view, are a little bit crazy from each other, and it'll wobble all over the place if you don't have it right. Please don't try to be new and inventive and innovative and whatnot and try to say, oh yeah, well I can hold it like this and I can balance it with one hand. Please do it the correct way, because if you learn it the correct way, you won't have to unlearn the bad habits that you've developed later on when we get into playing other notes. Alright, so here we go. Thumb and second finger play C. Okay, let's look real quick. We get introduced to 3 additional concepts here. Whole notes and a whole rest. A whole note in 4/4 time receives 4 beats. This is what your whole note would sound like. 4 counts, that's how long you would hold it. Versus your half note, or your quarter notes. Okay. Whole rest, 4 counts of silence. Real simple. 2/4 time signature, 2/4 time signature, 2/4 time signature. Now we know from our music theory lessons that the top number in a time signature tells us how many beats are going to be in each measure of music we're playing. So in this case, since 2 is the top number, 2 beats are going to be in each measure. When 4 is the bottom number, the quarter note gets 1 beat, the half note gets 2 beats, and so on and so forth. Whole note receives 4. But since there are only 2 beats in each measure, we won't be using any whole notes in 2/4. Now, let's take a look at what we have here real quick. Let's look at our first one here. Since we've just learned C, we're going to play this first one right here. And some of you who've been in some church circles may recognize this as the old, let me see, is it an old Irish hymn tune? Yeah, it is an old Irish hymn tune. It ends up being, it's been used for the Wondrous Cross. When I survey the wondrous cross. Some of you may know that, some of you may not. But let's play it. 1, 2. Oh, wait. Let's talk through it first. G, G, A, B, A, B, C, B, A, B. Now, let's play it. 1, 2, ready, and. All right. Now down bottom here, we've changed up our time signature. We've changed up our time signature. Inside of our music theory packet, you may recognize the song written down here. It's called Paris in there. I've only written the last line off of the song here. So I'm going to move completely out the way so that you can see the entire thing. Whew. Let's talk through it. 1, 2, ready, and G, B, A, G, B, A, G, B, A, C, B, A, G. Notice, only 2 beats in each measure. 2, 1, 2. 2 beats in each measure. So, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Cool. Let me move over here, and we'll play both of them again. Let's play the top one first. 1, 2, ready, and. Good. And now the bottom one. By the way, please remember, always tongue all of your notes. Don't slur anything. Because it makes you sound drunk. All right, let's do the bottom one. 1, 2, ready, and. Whoops, that was terrible. 1, 2, ready, and. Be sure when you're teaching recorder to your students, or if you are a student and you're looking at this video, that your fingers cover the holes completely. That little squeal I had a few seconds ago was a result of me not covering the holes up completely with the fat part of my finger. You don't really have to press hard in order to do it. Just put your finger over top of the hole and make sure it's sealed off. Real simple. Because if you try to play G, for example, and your finger isn't covering the thumb hole all the way, you get this. Versus, and see, I only moved my thumb off of it a little teeny tiny bit. I don't know if you can see that well on the camera. Just a little teeny tiny sliver of a hole is right there. So that one I moved my thumb and I moved my first finger. Let me move my first finger, see what happens. Yes, so if your fingers are not covering the holes all the way, you will not get the right sound out. All right, so that's pretty much it. We've ran through G, A, B, and C. We've also ran through different time signatures, 4/4 and 2/4. We know that when 4 is the bottom number, the quarter note gets 1 beat, the half note gets 2 beats, and the whole note gets 4 beats. 2/4 time has only 2 beats in each measure, whereas 4/4 time has 4 beats in each measure. We've seen whole rest, half rest, and quarter rest, which get the same amount of time as a rest that their note counterparts do. And finally, yes, G, A, B, and C. G, thumb and 3 fingers. A, thumb and 2 fingers. B, thumb and first finger. C, thumb and middle finger. Next note up is D. Stay tuned.